Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday, TGIF, right? It is Friday, May 15th, and we are at exciting times in the market. We have COVID-19 that is going on. I do have a slide up. If you guys are curious to know a little bit more about me, I started off as a trader, originally value trading. And then my first layoff took me away from the market and off to culinary school in Europe. And then my second layoff, 8 months pregnant, brought me back to the market. And that was roughly 6 years ago that I came back to the market as a day trader. And I have this up. These are all the different avenues that you guys can follow me. Of course, you can follow me here on Tocker as well. I do a newsletter. I do active trading on here, as well as my live channel every Monday and Friday, 12:45, and every morning at 8:15 in the morning. So I just want to go ahead and give you guys a little disclaimer. Anything that you see here, more for educational purposes. These are not recommendations. And know that there are varying degrees of risk in all sorts of trading instruments, so be prepared and do your due diligence. Make sure that you know what you are getting into, and no past performance is indicative of future performance. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the market, right? So we've got the SPY going right here. Let's go ahead and enlarge that. As always, oops, I've got Guild right there. That's all right. We can do this. We'll go to SPY. It's going to take just a couple seconds. All right, I'm going to go ahead and reduce it just to one chart so that we have a bit more speed going on. It's nice. The lag is not so bad today, which is awesome. All right, so you guys have seen I'm always talking about the market. Hey, we've got this box right here that I was talking about consolidation. Mentioned it on Monday. I was like, all right, if we go below 280, yes, I'm feeling bearish. In fact, on Tuesday, the 11th, I was saying, hey, you know what? I am feeling like a bear. I called my parents and I said, you know what? It might be time to go ahead and protect yourself, because we are starting to see some more signals. We had 3 days really of consolidation up at this point and broke down. We haven't tested up above this area since, right? Today is a little bit higher. I'm feeling more of a bull right now. We've got Trump talking. Thank you to everyone that is watching, because I know I'm competing with Trump and his vaccination announcement that is going on, which is why I had Guild up. Because of, hey, maybe he's going to be talking about Guild, maybe it's going to be Novavax. We will check them out and look at them. So for now, we're still actually in this box, right? Yes, we had this big move down right here, and that was totally a bit of a bear trap, right? Everybody, this day, we ended up down on the day. It's like, all right, yes, finally, we've broken this area. Bears get in, only to go ahead and have them be squeezed up. Why could they possibly be squeezed up after we had Powell come out on Wednesday and say, you know what? We're in the worst recession since World War II. Kudlow said today, hey, you know what? Really, we can't buy our way out of this mess of a recession that we are in. And so what on earth could possibly be the reason for this upward motion in the market? Potentially those guys just aren't done, right? Let's go ahead, let's adjust this. Let's move it on over, because right now we're still in this box, right? So until we officially break it, that's when I'm going full on bear. Yes, I had the feeling up here that we were going to be bearish, but honestly, we're not fully there yet. Let's see, we'll put it over here. That should be good. Oops. That was 294. Okay. I want to stretch it out this way. See if it'll let me stretch it. Right. All right. So we're still in that box, right? For now, when we pull back on our daily, when was the last time that we saw that? If you guys are brand new, I do have my YouTube channel. It's up as well. I do a Sunday video as well. When did we have this large time frame? We had it back up here at the top, right? If they being the really big guys, I do follow the dark pool in the Java pit and the training pit, where I am an educator there to help people learn how to trade and to also learn how to trade around the dark pool. And we start to see signals, right? We start to see these signals in the prints that are coming through. So for now, yeah, we're still in this box. We have not fully broken. I'm not wearing the full bear hat. I'm still in limbo, right? Today, I'm feeling bullish. Why? Because we bounced up. We're still red on the day, but we're starting to see some signs that there might have been some buying going on. I do feel like we could have that move on up to the 278 area. You can see my lines right here, maybe back up to this pink line right up here. And we might go to there and then sell off further next week. It's my personal opinion on that. Let's go ahead and look at NASDAQ, right? Well, I'm feeling more like a bull today on Apple. And you guys know when Apple is moving to the upside or to the downside, you're going to go ahead and see a big move in the markets. I am looking around a lot because I've got some other charts that I'm checking because there's a lot of volatility that's going on right at this moment. And you can see right here, we are testing the moving averages, right? We're in that downward trend. We've started a downward trend, but we don't have the averages crossing over yet. And put it like this, bring it to the top of today. So we broke up a little bit from there. If I put yesterday's candle, because that would be the most recent high, we've a little bit more of an upward movement. We never really broke the 21 EMA. And as a result, we're still in that bullish trend on NASDAQ. SPY, yes, we've started to curl over. Let's go ahead and just look at that really quickly again. So on QQQ, right now that was the strongest in the drop that we had back in February. But you can see right here, the 4 EMA is at 285, right? And we've got 285.70. If we close up above those, there's a good chance we could come back up and test this upper level next week before we go back down. These guys that are in control of the market, Trump even tweeted about it this week. I mean, it's great. Thanks for the confirmation, Trump, that the dark pools are the way to go, right? We get to see where these prints are coming in, what groundwork they're laying, and we just follow them. Great one today, great example of that from the dark pool was silver, right? When do you see a massive gap like this happen in silver? Only to the downside. Yes, we saw prints, right? And then look at this big volume. You see where those prints are? Back here, rolling all the way up, right? So let's look at the Russell as well. We could have a bit more to the upside. Again, we have the moving averages just up here. We're above that 50 simple moving average. Sorry, let me just move this a little bit. That way I don't have to flip back and forth on my chart so much. It's so nice that the lag is done for you guys. So we have this 50 simple moving average right here, and then it's come up, and we're hitting the 20 simple moving average, this orange line at the moment, and the 21 EMA. So a bit of roadblock, and the 4 and the 8 EMA right here. So we have all the volume that is right here above, right, for the past 2 weeks. So if we're able to break above that 125 area, that could be interesting because this could be an area where they've come back down just to buy off of the 50 simple moving average. So keeping that in mind, I am nimble. I am feeling more bearish on the market overall. Why? Because of Trump saying there's no reason basically for it to go up. That Powell saying we're in a major recession. Kudlow is saying there's no way to get out of this. And when the market is setting new highs, or not new highs, excuse me, but we're coming off of that bounce of the big pullback that we had in February. And many of the financial leaders of the country are saying this shouldn't be happening. makes you wonder why it really is happening. Obviously, you read the chart, right? Don't trade the news, trade the chart. And right now, we're seeing some higher volume that's coming in on some big names. Also on the SPY, right? The SPY, let's go into a 5-minute chart here. You guys know it. When I'm talking about Apple going up, the SPY is going to go up and the Qs are going to go up, right? No, I don't want Tesla. I hit the wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. So we've got this double bottom pretty much down here. You guys can see the volume that came in right here. We had a bit of volume come in right at this candlestick, and we're above that moving average, and we tested the candlestick and then it came back down. So it would really look, going into the close, we could have a rip into close. I would look for 284 right here, 284.50. I'd like to see a break of the 284.50 mark. You can see we did have a selling wick right at 284.50. It's a little slow with everything running, crossing up. Who knows, maybe it's going to go ahead and give us a nice alert right now. But we had that selling wick right here, right? And I like to watch these. Check out these little wicks that you see. Sometimes it'll go there, right? Sometimes it won't, but sometimes you're going to see that there's going to be a big move, potentially end of day. They'll take it there. Not always. It could just be a late print from after hours or from this morning, but it might be an area that we could go to, especially if Apple is going to continue to the upside. So we've got Apple. Let's pull it up as well. Right? We had this big area of consolidation right in the middle of the day, and we are above that. Look at this volume that came in right here on that 50 simple moving average on the 5-minute chart, right? We see that as long as we're holding that 50 simple moving average bullish on this. I would like to go ahead and see it break this 306 200 simple moving average. It tested it right back here and it broke it. So I would look for that as an initial target from this 50 long area down here up to 206.20. If we're able to break that further on up, potentially 307. And if we're able to, potentially on up to 309 today, 309.50. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I'm talking about so far? Just put them in the chat wherever you're watching. We'll try to get to all your questions for sure. So also another amazing trade on my watch list today on my newsletter with Ticker Talker. So if you guys get it, you know, ACB was rocking today. Look at that. I had my bullish above breakout level. If it goes above here with some volume, hey, there's a good chance that this is going to rip higher. Sure enough, it came back, pulled up. Let's go ahead and pull up this one, right? So got it right here, 910, 31% short float volume. But if we go ahead and we look at silver, silver was a nice one, right? Going above 1550 today. In the pre-market, it tested 1550. We're right there, right? Look at the big volume that came in right at that 1550 mark. And now we're above it, right? So we had another big volume that came in right here at that 50 simple moving average. You guys can see that the 50 simple moving average on a 5-minute chart can be a strong moving average to watch. You know, lots of people talk about the 50 simple moving average and 200 simple moving average. On Apple, you saw that there was a sell-off that happened at that 200 simple moving average earlier, looking for that test again of that 306.20 area. And let's look at GDX today too. GDX, another one to the long, and it had high volume this morning, so it made the cut, and I like the chart setup. So did we go ahead and we broke it? Yeah, right off the bat, we had 36.24 as our high, came back, pulled to the 20 simple moving average, and then it came down, and again, the 50 simple moving average. Also, when you're learning to trade, take note of times. And what time did it happen? This happened at 10 o'clock. Out of curiosity, let's go back to silver. What time did it happen on silver? Coincidence that it happened right at 10 o'clock too? Note these things. Note to see what time these movements are happening. Okay, maybe they're taking their position down for that first half an hour just to go ahead, get those short or get those longs out, have the shorts pile in just to go ahead and squeeze them up. And that's the big reason why I'm feeling bullish on the SPY today, especially going into the close, because we've had those 2 big down days trying to drag the shorts in. If these really big guys want to go ahead and they want to sell millions of shares, they're going to have to do that by convincing everyone that now the market is bullish. There we go. There's the SPY breaking or testing that 284.49 level. So they want to go ahead and make everyone feel like this market is going to go higher. They pull the shorts in, and then what do they do to them? They squeeze them. And they also get new buyers in thinking, hey, this is going to be bullish. Yes. And you've got double that buying power for millions of shares to be sold. There's a little bit of common sense and logic. You know, you want to trade the chart accordingly, which is why I'm feeling bullish today. We had a bullish day yesterday. We had volume at the bottom and everything. If we go to the SPY list, right here, the holdings, you guys know I track the holdings. And if we go ahead and we look at it, you're going to see a fair number of these are going to be green on the day. Look at Google, up 10 to 82. My little Google puck just woke up. And we've got UNH that's up, right? Of course, Visa's up. Everybody's living on Visa at the moment, right? Or MasterCard, or debit card, which is also a Visa service. So when everybody's using electronic cash, hey, you're going to see a spike in the electronic or online world, such as Zoom and Fiverr, Visa, MasterCard. These electronic forms of payment will continue as we sort of deal with this pandemic a bit further. So keeping all that in mind, I had that ability to go ahead and be nimble with the market. Going into today, feeling like I'm wearing a hat. We've got the SPY coming up, about to test 285 again. And now all those shorts that they've been on the way down, potentially thinking, I'm going to go ahead and short this. This is my opportunity to sell that pop. Well, the pop might not be done, is what I'm trying to say. Just like when we look back at the weekly chart, you can see that we had a lot of volume coming in, right? Down here at the bottom. And we're starting to get more volume again. It was waning on the way up, and now we're having more volume this, and we haven't set new highs. So pay attention to things like that. When we have the volume coming in and we're not breaking out, what is going on? There's a battle, there's a consolidation, and soon there's going to be a big, massive move, right? Down here, we had big moves and we had big volume. But if we're going sideways and the volume is coming in, pay attention to all of that and you will prosper off of it, right? Let's go back to the list for this week. Excuse me, for today. All right, so AMAT as well. So AMAT earnings today, put that on a 5-minute chart. And you could see on the daily that it was testing the 50 simple moving average, right? It comes back time and time again. And right here, I had this as my bearish below level or breakdown level to watch. And right again, it came, if you had these moving averages, which we teach all about in the training pit, you can see many people say, Jean, your chart is so busy. You have all these moving averages, but I have them for a reason, right? When you see that hey, here it hit this pink dotted line and it rejected it. And hey, look, it hit that 200 simple moving average on the 5-minute chart. It rejected it. You know, watch those. There's programs of computers that are set up to buy or sell on these levels. As a retail trader in this trading world, we have to be aware to trade emotionless and to go ahead and say, hey, all right, I'm on the wrong side of the trade. You know what? If you went long down here and then it comes back, don't get stubborn, right? Practice that discipline. Got a good video coming out about paper trading too on my YouTube, so check that one out. But hey, it came and it tested it, and here you can see there were buyers that brought it up, buyers that brought it up. Right here, it came and it pushed back down, right? And it came down to 51.11. Apple, again, now we're starting to curl up on Apple, 305. I want to see that 306.20 again, right? Talked about that. Have AMD here. AMD had a big move overnight, and it's still within the trading zone, so not really good trade there. We had Carnival Cruise Lines, right? Carnival had it prepped, came up, tested the level for breakout. Again, a wide range pre-market. We had a massive move yesterday, squeezed a lot of people, unfortunately, for those shorts. Delta as well. Let's check out the Delta trade. So Delta, same thing, sort of sideways action. Even my Apple trade, I had it much wider, all the way up at 310 up here, 311 for the breakout zone. And then I pulled it back down because I thought, hey, you know what? It's not break. We've got this move right here on that average. Now we're breaking above that average. We're jumping up. We're going to potentially, let's set an alert right here. Seems like those alerts draw the price action. Let's go ahead and continue that. Let's keep this action moving to the upside for the market. All right. So that's going to be the list for today. We also had JD on there that reported as well on the upside. And you can see it hit that 50 simple moving average on the 5-minute chart. Lots of selling wicks, 1, 2, 3, 4 selling wicks, and then down it came, and it came back to that pink dotted EMA and came up, tested that line for support that I put there. If it breaks this, then it's going to be a short, right? Short momentum. And then it came back down to test this area right here, and coming back up and testing all these moving averages. So we'll see if it breaks from here. Maybe there's a trade on up to 51.80. If not, potentially a short trade down to 48.89. If you guys ever have any questions, you guys can always reach out to me. I am accessible, jane@cjanetrade.com. If you want to learn more about trading around the dark pools, it definitely gives you an edge. It makes it so much, so much easier to be able to follow the guys with billions of dollars. Over this past week, we saw some prints on Microsoft and Apple and QQQ and the SPY and some other great ones as well. So come on over, check it out at the Training Pit, which is thedarkpools.com. Just check it out. And if you guys want any of my products here on Ticker Tocker, you can also subscribe to my newsletter to get my list, or you can see my channel. I do that live breakdown every single morning where you can ask me questions as to what I'm doing. Are there any questions out there now? Mike or Zach, do we have any questions? None on YouTube at the moment. Awesome. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Trump, I'm curious to see as well what Trump is talking about, and watch the SPY and Apple at the same time. So have a great weekend. Check my YouTube channel out on Sunday. I do a live video in the afternoon. And also, I will see you back here at 12:45 on Monday. Have a great weekend. Carpe profit, cease those profits one trade at a time. Bye. Thank you.
The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition, and considering whether to trade or to authorize someone else to trade for you. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
Who's this? Anonymous 666.
Find me the most famous trader there is.
Top of the morning to you.
Who is this?
Ben
Hip,
Arnold.
hip.
Hip, hip.
I'm telling you, Helen, all that. Oh, buy the British pound.
By the British pound?
Oh, by Jove.
What is happening?
All I require is a lump sum payment of £6,000, give or take. Preferably give.
Avoid those traders with Tocker, the world's first social trading marketplace of trusted traders. Leaders have verified results and offer ideas, automated strategies, education, and even go live inside trading chat rooms. Isn't that easy?
For Queen and Country!
Trade live with a Tocker trusted trading leader today.
So lately I've been doing a lot of videos talking about futures, and nobody knows the futures market better than Steve here. So let's kind of get some answers from somebody who's been trading futures for what?
About a decade.
About a decade. Okay. Hey, you know, he might look older, but he's not that old. Let's just talk about futures, all right? What's the base?
Mr. President, it's been 3 months since you signed the China trade deal. Between what's happened with coronavirus and the lagging agricultural purchases, are you at any point considering reimposing additional tariffs on China or tearing up the deal in any other way?
Well, I don't want to talk about it. I can say China is buying a lot of our product. But the trade deal, the ink was barely dry when this came